See, to the Joker, a crazy test would just be a normal test.
So true. So true.
I'm going to steal Christian's joke, and just every 5 seconds during the podcast, I'm going to say audio jungle.
That's a great bit.
Audio jungle.
My God, whoever thought of that?
This is a great start.
Audio
Hello, everybody.
jungle.
Welcome to fucking Fanboy Talk. This is your host, Troy Byzantine. I'm joined today by my co-host, Mithi from Film Caffeine, as well as special guest, Christian from Production Journal. I forgot your YouTube name for a second.
It's like it's written there.
It's written, but it only shows up when you talk, so that's the problem. We have a different little format for video right now. We want to try some better quality stuff. Hopefully, this is better quality and not really shitty. So.
The frame rate on my camera is terrible, but it looks a little bit prettier. I did not enable the studio effects that make me look like Ariana Grande, but that's fine.
You should have. You really should have. So this is going to spark a debate, though. Are you performance mode or fidelity mode, frame rate or graphics? Like what's your position on this? You can't put shut up. You can't put your thumbnail as your backdrop. Hey, fuck you. No free clout. No free clout.
It is free clout.
That's my new fucking life motto. No free clout. Because everybody's trying to get fucking free clout for me now. Everybody wants on the podcast. Everybody wants me to fucking retweet their videos. No, you gotta fucking earn it.
No. See, this is. Do I ever put Coda in the background of this thing?
No clout.
No, I don't.
Mithi gets no clout whatsoever ever in his life. Even when he tries, he never gets
enough clout. Thank you very much.
What?
I am starving artist here.
Can we assume you've
not
made
a sellout? All right.
Can we assume you've made like over 100 clout tweets?
Ooh.
Right, Mithi? Over 100? Is that fair?
That's a bit of a low ball.
That's a low ball. Okay.
Way. Yeah, that's
but so. And how many of them have actually been successful? Meaning over 300 likes.
I
think like 2
at least. Like I want to see at least I want to say at least 30. I think
30. No.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess I had to mute you on Twitter because you started tweeting Spider-Man spoilers, so I don't know.
I did that
also,
too.
I
love muting my friends on Twitter. That's such a great feeling.
Listen,
the only time I ever see your tweets is when I go into the Fanboy Talk account and I see all your tweets and I'm like, oh, that's why I respond to you on there.
Not gonna lie, I muted you, Troy, because I saw there was like a couple of your followers kept on talking about leaks in your comments, and it kept on popping up.
Oh, that's weird.
I can't.
That's really weird.
It was like like 2 months ago or something, and it was like the last straw, like last week. I'm like, I can't.
That's fair. That's very valid.
And especially when weird stuff regarding the soundtrack was going on, like I think this happened like 2 weeks ago, right? Or like a week ago even. Well, like the soundtrack, some soundtrack stuff leaked. People were just being so stupid and asinine about posting them. And it's like, guys, come on, chill the fuck out. It's
literally, I woke up and I had a message from Charles, and he's like, don't go on Twitter. He's like, if you can, delete the app, and
don't fucking go on Twitter.
And I feel like
he told me like the soundtrack had leaked.
The Twitter community in general, there are some certain things where like you'll see at least normal people in the community be like, okay, yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But then for especially the soundtrack thing, I think a lot of people like us care about that, and then a bunch of people don't care at all about the soundtrack stuff. And I think I talked about it on the last podcast or the podcast before, but like how for me, soundtrack listening, right? Yeah. After you watch a movie in the theater because it's not on digital, that's my second experience of.
That's your way of reliving the movie before it, like, yeah. Also, when you say last podcast, you're talking about when we tried to record last week, and then I fucked up technical stuff, and it was gone permanently. And then I found out it wasn't actually gone permanently, and I'm just a fucking idiot. So we talked about shit last week, and we talked for like 2 hours, and it's just there just wasn't an episode.
It is somewhere.
I couldn't monetize. I couldn't monetize my conversation with you. And that was my problem. That's really the biggest tragedy in life.
At that point, then we should just stop talking if there's no monetization behind that.
I think the soundtrack's kind of a big deal, especially like
exactly.
I mean, like there's especially with like the rumors and stuff. There's a chance that the soundtrack could spoil some shit. I'm not fucking talking about shit. I don't listen to the fucking soundtrack, so I don't know. But there's always Christian, I'm not fucking spoiling shit. I haven't listened to the soundtrack. But like, there's a chance, like, you know, it's so fucking weird, you know.
Yep.
Do people just not care about spoilers for this movie anymore? Do people just give up?
Not anymore. I made a mistake of going on Reddit. which I know people.
That's
some people
a mistake
like Reddit
in
more
general.
than Twitter. I don't think Reddit is better than Twitter. I'm just saying that in general right now. I think Reddit sometimes is worse than Twitter.
I think Reddit is like better in terms of like a service. It doesn't outright like promote
shit in your face.
toxicity and shit.
Yep.
Like there's no quote retweets on Reddit. And you can dislike things.
Like, oh, do you want to drag this guy through the dirt?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, here you go. Here's a button specifically to talk shit.
The thing is,
junk on them.
On Twitter and Reddit both have the same thing, that every single type of content you create on the platform is the same status, right? Everything on Twitter is a status object.
Yeah.
Because you go into the link.
But it's like, at least with Reddit, like nobody's
status.
making response posts. You know?
Exactly. Comments are different.
Yeah.
Comments are not treated as posts.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's the same way it's like somebody commenting something mean on a YouTube video is different to somebody making a full ass response video. Because it's like that's equal in the algorithm allegedly, you know?
Like, will the MCU Spider-Man destroy your children?
So true. I think it won't. I don't think it will.
I think
anybody who says that's a fucking pretentious hag.
Someone should make a video on that, and then also get to level 20 something in Fortnite with me.
20 something. 20 something.
We're not. Yeah,
I don't want to. I'm not going to come out and I'm not going to say. Here's an idea.
Like
anybody listen to this on YouTube?
Right
anybody listen to this on YouTube has to guess what my level is, and I will pin the correct one. Just give us those comments.
You're gonna want to cut my audio.
Wait, what? I'm not fucking editing this podcast. I'm not editing this fucking podcast.
And we don't do editing.
We don't do editing. I edit out when I have to go take a shit, and that's it.
Yeah.
Not even when Mithi has to.
If we wanted to edit this podcast,
if I wanted to put effort into this podcast, I would make like real money from it. It's the real thing.
Do like cool transitions and shit. That's not a thing. We're not Chuckle Sandwich.
I know. We should.
Or Redacted and Eddie. But that's the new name for it.
That's the new name. Well, it's just the Eddie podcast. Yeah. Well, it's over now. I think he came out.
And Eddie. That's what it's called. It's the
no,
and
it's just
Eddie.
Eddie. There's no and. Who's and?
Just the Eddie podcast.
Never met an and.
I do really want him to get back into podcasting, man. I miss Eddie's voice.
We'll invite him on here. We'll
Eddie, please come on here. We'll talk about Harry Potter because that Harry Potter game. You didn't watch his videos.
I haven't seen. I watched the Spider-Man 2 one and it was really good. I haven't seen the Harry Potter one yet though. Harry Potter, what a franchise!
That's a thing. Do you know? Did you see the thing for the January 1st?
What?
You didn't see that?
What?
They're doing like the friend style reunion thing.
Oh, I did see it. Yeah, and she's not involved in it. Which thank God.
She's not involved. Yeah. So which makes me excited.
The thing that's Harry Potter as a franchise is insane to me because how devoted do you have to be to like this fucking person, J.K. Rowling, has proven she's a horrible fucking person. Terrible. How devoted do you have to be to a franchise to be like, yeah, I'm still going to buy the merch. Yeah, I'm still into it. Like, what?
Or on the other side, how devoted do you have to be to a certain controversial belief?
That's true.
That you can't just do anything, which brings up another person who is doing the same exact shit. I am laughing at Letitia Wright right now. It is so funny. It is so funny that she won't just shut the fuck up about one stupid thing and sacrifice all this crazy.
She's going to go from MCU star to Hallmark Christmas movie star in the span of 2 months. And it's gonna be the funniest thing. She's gonna pull a Dean Cain. I'm so excited
in a Drake video.
She's pulling.
And she was like on the top, and then she's gonna go.
She
was
people's favorite part of Black Panther. Everybody fucking loved her. How do you fall so far from grace?
To team up or something.
Yeah, right? People wanted her to be Riri Williams. They wanted to replace Riri with her.
Yeah, that's right. And now that's no longer a thing.
Now it's no longer a thing, and I hope they get a good person for Riri. Because that would suck if they got another shitty one.
This is an interesting debate. Do you think they should? Maybe we can get all of our opinions on this. Do you think they should recast T'Challa? I've used to think a certain way, and I think I've changed on it.
I have a very conflicting opinion. I think they shouldn't recast him for a few more years, because remember he died a year ago. He died very recently. So it's like to recast him now would be like, whoa, what the fuck? This is very soon. Yeah. Especially for. Obviously, it's acting, it's performing. Actors step into roles, like it's a whole thing. But like, he was it'd be like if Toby died, before Spider-Man 2 came out, and then they just instantly went with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's like what the fuck and there's already options in the comics of ways to tell a Black Panther story without T'Challa, at least for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like it would be kind of shitty. Like T'Challa as a character is bigger than all of it and stuff, but like Chadwick was also very big, and he's very important. And I think to recast him so soon would be kind of fucked up. So wait, I think 2 movies. No, not 2 movies. Wait a good while, and then you can, you know, because you could also fucking you could do time shit and bring in T'Chaka, because T'Chaka's fucking awesome. You know.
Yep.
Like there's so many, there's so many options. You know?
have this fear. I have this fear because Michael Jordan's Killmonger was so successful that they're gonna find a way to bring him back and then make him Black Panther.
What if?
I don't like that.
I don't like that either, because he was not a good dude.
Yeah,
like he was right about a couple things, a lot of things, but then he also wanted to commit, you know, war crimes and shit. Yeah, mass genocide.
What if they gave him some kind of redemption arc, where the whole story is him learning how to not commit genocide, like how to be the right Black Panther? It could be interesting. Not kill people. It could be interesting, but it's like that would be like going from right after Christopher Reeve dies, you have what's his name, Gene Simmons, who played Lex.
Yes.
Yeah, you have Lex Luthor as Superman for a movie, who has to learn to not be a genocidal billionaire maniac. It's like,
which I mean, I guess they kind of did on the comics.
They did, but it's like also it's the comics. Nobody actually died when Superman died in the comics. Yeah, there wasn't a human being, you know. And it's like there's 100 fucking people in the Black Panther movies besides Letitia Wright who are great. You know, they could give it to fucking Winston Duke's character, whose name I don't remember. They could give it to Lupita. They could give it to Okoye. There's so many people that could just take the mantle and do something interesting with it. That to just be like, it has to be
not
T'Challa.
To replace someone instantly.
Yeah,
like you don't need to define Black Panther as one person.
It's a legacy.
That a person
literally,
drinks,
that's the whole point of him. Is it as a legacy?
Yeah.
Yeah. More like, and that's already been established too, and just like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people are focused so much on comic accuracy versus like what is ethical, in my opinion, at least. You know. That's just. I feel like it's a complicated thing, though. It's a really difficult thing. I don't envy.
Black Panther 2 is such a hard story to now tackle. Yeah. 1, without Chadwick, and 2, just where do you go now with these characters?
And now because it's like, you know, the comic thing is it's Letitia, it's Shuri, and now never mind, unless if you recast her, which you should just recast her. She sucks, so we just recast her. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. You don't need to keep her legacy alive. No, or something you definitely don't. I guess.
I think so. Cool.
But yeah.
I don't know. Christian, wait, what's your opinion? We talked. Yeah, you didn't talk. Sorry, we're talking over you a lot. I feel bad.
Yeah, we are. Like it's like, I don't have an opinion. That's like, it's a really tricky thing.
It's a really shitty subject. Yeah.
I know. Like,
you're welcome for bringing it up.
I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I don't want to commit to like either of those two like arguments. You know, I wouldn't know what to do. That's why I'm glad that I'm not in that position. You know.
Yeah, and I think because Ryan is still doing Black Panther 2, right?
Yes, yeah.
I think I trust him to not make the bad decision. Like he worked with Chadwick and shit. He worked with the characters, so it's like he's not gonna make the shit, you know, the worst decision and stuff. He's gonna. I think he knows what's right and stuff. And if he truly believes that, like, if he does recast, if he truly believes that that's the right way to go, then I would have faith and stuff. And I'll respect it. I don't necessarily like. That's not what I would do personally if I were involved. But I'm also not involved. I'm not. You know, if there's a reason I'm not involved.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm white.
Yep. Yeah. I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
It was speaking of roles. Give me a fucking Pavitr Parker movie or some shit. I don't know. I was going through like Wikipedia and trying to find other Indian superheroes in the MCU.
There's not many.
Like no one. It's like no one really. And like I think the solution to that, I've finally come down to it, is just make someone Indian.
Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with race swapping. There's not a problem. There's a million fucking white guys out there. Just switch a couple of them.
Don't say that though, because then you'll have like a swarm of like.
I need comments. We need the algorithm on our side because I want 1,000 subscribers so I can get monetized on this fucking channel.
I remember hearing a take about a certain Peter Parker cast thing that I won't say. But that was like that. I thought about that more over the course of the past day. I think Troy, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Wait, was it me? Was it my take yesterday?
Yeah. You want to say it, or do you want to not say it?
I mean, I don't know if I fully believe
this. I said you
this.
don't want to say it.
I don't know if I fully believe it. I was just talking shit with Mithi yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I think Tony, what's his name? Tony Revolori? Yeah. I think he would have made a pretty good Peter Parker. I actually would. And I said at the time, I said he'd be better than Tom Holland. I don't know if that's fucking stupid of me to say.
The guy that plays
Flash. I think he'd be interesting. Because I like him as an actor. He's proven he's a very good actor.
I watched more scenes of him from the hotel movie. And that's
he's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like Peter Parker's a character. Somebody fucking anybody could play that guy. He's really not a hard person to play. Yeah. You just have to be young. You have to be young. You have to be kind of a virgin, but you also have to be kind of cool. Like it's you have to, I mean, I guess it's a balancing. It's pretty easy though. You just have to be a little twink boy
guy. Yeah, and I think you just have to be kind of quirky. That's the main thing.
A little quirky little e-boy. That's all you got to be. Yeah, Dylan Sprouse would kill it.
It's the fucking top of TikTok.
Right KJ now. Appa as Peter Parker. Let's go.
I'm gonna vomit. Jesus Christ.
I would say that I think like adult Peter would be harder to play than high school Peter.
Yeah,
you know, and maybe
that's why they always cast high school Peter.
It's always they always go with high school Peter because it's like I can imagine a million people playing high school Peter. I can only think of like 2 to 3 people that I think could play like a 23, 25-year-old Peter well.
Yeah.
Yep.
In live action, because
live
like Yuri Lowenthal and Christopher Daniel Barnes
because Yuri killed
it.
But it's like, but even with that, it's like, I guess if Christopher Daniel Barnes played him in the game, it could fit. But like, I love Josh Keaton. I don't think even Josh Keaton could play like a adult Peter. You know, he might.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just because I'm used to him as high school.
Yeah.
You know,
I think because Bendis said this when they were making Miles, and they were like, you know, we try to make Miles in a way that's like, if you imagine someone who's grown up in like New York and is infected with these powers, there's a much higher statistical chance that it is a person of color, right? Yeah. And like, I thought about that too, and I'm like, that can also just be Peter as well.
Yeah, this is a take I haven't been able to say on the channel because I started after Miles became like a big thing. I've always been for a person of color as Peter. Like, I think they could do something interesting with him that you can't do with Miles all the time, because Miles is the second Spider-Man. You know, like any story you tell with Miles, there's always going to be the weight of Peter over his head. So you can't tell the story of the first person that is Spider-Man being a person of color. Unless if you do Peter Parker, you know, as person of color and stuff. And I'd like.
Isn't Peter supposed to be Jewish too? But like they never talk about it.
It's so all over the fucking place. I believe it. I would love that. I don't. It's crazy. So I have this conversation with Olivia all the time because we love Jewish characters because there's not enough representation and it's always forgotten about. But Spider-Verse had 616 Peter. Right? They like say that it's 616 Peter is the main Peter. They do the Jewish thing of stepping on the glass at the wedding and stuff. So like that in itself is confirming, right, of main 616. But also like, you know, but what I found out super recently, even after I did my fucking commentary for it, in Spider-Man 3, remember the scene where he's fucking emo Peter and he picks up the phone?
Yeah.
He fucking says shalom.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I've never caught that before.
I can get this up right now. Let me have a look.
He's like shalom, and it's like, hell yeah, Raimi Peter, best Peter.
I didn't even realize that. That's really
it's fun.
Cool.
It's a nice little thing, and it's like pretty cool. All I really need is a couple menorahs in the background of Aunt May's house.
Yeah,
you know that's all. That's all I need.
Hanukkah ones.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have done that very easily with Tom. Like
you could have,
a background thing.
Yeah, it's like it's such an easy thing to do, and
this
it's
is
like
a Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see it.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
And it's just I don't know. And same with Superman. Like it's very easy to just be like, yeah, he was raised Jewish, and there you go, boom. You know, but for some reason that pisses people off, and I think it's just the admittance of a religion. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like Daredevil. People are fine with Daredevil. People are fine with Daredevil being entirely Catholic, based around Catholicism. His entire purpose is...
Even from an evil devil's advocate perspective, if you do that now and make a status symbol of that in the comics, you're going to get so many articles about that and so much in the comic too.
But it's like, it doesn't even have to be like... Because I know plenty of Jewish people that are like, yeah, I was just raised Jewish. That's it. They don't like, you know, they don't fucking... And if they did want to do it that way, if they did want to have him celebrate and shit and like make a big deal of it, hell yeah, I'd be all for it. but it's like it doesn't have to be a huge defining thing in the same way that a lot of other characters' things are, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
There's like I was talking with Drake about this when he first did his Miles video, because he was the first a fun story. We started talking because he saw I did a Miles video before he did mine, or before he did his. And so we talked and shit. And he was like, we were just talking about it and shit. And like, I think there's like a few different types of doing representation. And there's the ones that are like Miles or Kamal Khan, where like it's a big part of their character. It's a huge portion, and the writers should always focus on it.
There's a part of it where it is a big part of the character, and there's a part of where it's not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the origin arc is very heavily reliant on it. You know, just exclusively talking about the origins and their first arcs and stuff. Like that's a big deal. And same with Miles. Like right now, the culture and stuff is a very big part of him. But then there's other characters where it's like Jon Stewart. They don't do they don't do crazy social commentary with him, unless if I'm, maybe I just haven't read it. Like, so it's like there's two different ways of doing representation and stuff. And then there's obviously the like hella racist tokenism type shit, which always sucks. Yeah. And everybody hates.
Snowflake and Sunstorm or whatever the fuck that was.
Wait, what?
Remember that?
No. Wait, what?
Remember Snowflake and the two characters with like the
yeah. Wait, what was it? It was Snowflake,
like,
Snowflake and Safe Space.
Screen Time.
Safe Space. Yeah, that's right.
But no, Screen Time wasn't one of them, was it? That was another one.
Screen Time, I think one was one.
Screen
of them.
Time was one of them, but
like
it was Snowflake and Safe Space, and it was like
ones.
insulting to people of who were non-binary and stuff. It was really fucked up. It was shitty. Yeah.
Whatever happened to the writer of that? What the fuck?
I don't fucking know.
Speaking of comics, by the way, I know we barely ever talk about comics on here, but I was randomly listening to one of the old podcasts.
We don't read comics. We don't read comic books.
Guess what though? I started reading Dark Knights of Steel.
Hell yeah, it's really good. It's really good, right?
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
I like found myself in the middle.
Burn.
It's a slow burn, and I was like, wait, what? And I was like, you can see.
Did the second one come out yet? I haven't read the second one yet.
The second one came out. I did.
Okay,
I read the second one.
I need to read it.
There you can tell the Tom Taylorisms of like.
Yes.
There are very Tom Taylorisms in this.
Yeah,
book.
It's like a. Tom Taylor writes like it's fan fiction. I was like, what the fuck? Sense. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's like I mean, is that really that bad if it's like
not
good
really,
fan fiction?
But like
it's good fan fiction, so it's like not hurting anybody.
Because I read the second book and it doesn't ruin it in any way. I'll just say that since you haven't read it. But like on the back of my head, I'm like, that's such a weird fucking thing that like. Can we spoil it? Christian, do you care about us spoiling it?
Christian doesn't read comics.
Okay. For anyone who wants to read Dark Knights of Steel, go read it. I want.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Also, it's the first issue we're spoiling, so it's like not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's not crazy. Bruce is Clark's
half brother.
Half brother.
Yeah.
And
he
Bruce
has
is the
powers
son
and shit.
of
He's son of Jor-El
and
Martha. Yeah.
And Martha Wayne. Yeah.
Sorry, Martha Wayne.
Which is, yeah. I almost said Martha Kent too. Yeah. I was like, yeah. But
it's interesting choice. I'm like, I believe it's because he's pulling from like fantasy shit. Like he's pulling like this isn't just like fucking like, oh, what if the DC superheroes were in the medieval times and they all had the same fucking backstories and shit. You know, like this is a more kind of a deeper dive into like medieval stories as a general thing, you know.
And then putting them to Batman and Superman and all these.
This is a medieval story first. And you know, and like the whole stuff with the Green Man, I fucking love that. That's cool as hell.
That's interesting. Yeah, because it's like this is a horrible comparison. He's like the mystery dude from TASM.
Motherfucker.
He's walking around.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I swear to God.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's like I'm finding myself engaged with this storyline, even though I feel kind of concerned about a couple things. But I'm trusting it's Tom.
I mean, it's like Tom has proven
like the Green Arrow thing. I was like.
I'm interested. I'm cool with it because he's a fucking the dude was a fucking monarch. Dude was a king. Yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck that guy. I'm cool with it. Yeah. And obviously like Tom writes Green Arrow perfectly, so it's like I trust him. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And I also think like I'm cool with this being such a radical shift because twice now he's already written like the most amazing version of the fucking thing, you know. He's written Deceased and Injustice, which are, I mean, I don't love Injustice because of Evil Superman, but like those are the two best fucking ways to just hop into the DC universe. because it's like, oh shit, fuck yeah, Tom Taylor.
And this gives me a weird imagine no one knows what DC is and they just hop into this as their first DC experience. Yeah. But like you can say the same about Injustice, I guess, but at least
Injustice is more close to. It's like really aside from Superman and Wonder Woman. And like I guess Cyborg sucks in Injustice too.
It starts in the DC universe.
It starts in a very familiar DC universe, and then it branches out. Yeah.
And this is, and also I kind of, because going back to the whole thing about this being a medieval story first and then a DC story second, I kind of don't want the end game to be some big villain. I would also like it to be just. I want it to keep going with this kind of Civil War-esque tone.
Yeah,
I kind of like that. I want them to keep going with that.
Fucking MCU shill. I only know two tones.
Like that.
Civil War. It's just like Avengers: Age of Ultron. Oh, it's just like Endgame. This reminds me a lot of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Fuck you guys. I made that one love letter to Spider-Man, and then now
MCU shill.
All right, this forever. Yeah. Watch, we're all gonna make our fucking Spider-Man videos after No Way Home.
I mean,
this is the last episode before we all watch No Way Home.
Yes, it is. So we have any final thoughts?
Oh my god, that's cool.
I think the movie's gonna suck shit, and I can't wait to shit on it. That's what's gonna happen. I don't know. My fear is that we've talked about this. My fear is that the movie is gonna be so mad that I can't really make good content out of it.
Yeah, that's the real injustice of the world. If I can't make content about this film.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm at the point where, like I said it in the pre-write, I'm just so fucking tired. Every discussion about this movie has just made me tired, and I don't know what the movie's about. Still, I see all these fucking TV spots, and it's like every time it's like, what? It seems like it's a different movie, and I think it's because they're trying to keep everything so under wraps to the point of like you're not really marketing it. And they don't have to market it. It's a Superman. It's a Spider-Man movie. So it's like
it's a Superman movie.
It's a Superman movie.
We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know. He could show up. That's the real surprise. But it's like it's a Spider-Man movie. It's gonna do well, so they don't have to market it. But like, I'm kind of over the like Endgame style of like lying in trailers and keeping everything so under wraps to the point where fucking the actors don't know. You can't talk about the movie at all. Really,
I want to see someone like Tom Holland go on a podcast after this movie's out.
Yeah,
I want to hear their creative.
Get Tom Holland on this podcast. Get him on this one. And we'll talk shit.
Honestly, Tom, get on here. We can talk about you know that one video where he's like praising both Andrew movies and Toby movies, and he's like, for Toby, he's like, the Green Goblin fight is awesome. I love how practical
it's a very good fight
it is. And then for Andrew's movies,
Tom Holland is based. What? Tom Holland based?
Tom Holland. Okay, I've seen so many videos of Tom Holland being based over the course of the past week. One, he loves the Green Arrow. Or not Green Arrow. Fuck, the Green Goblin fight.
You got me so excited.
I did.
You got me so fucking excited. I perked up. I was like, wait, does he? Wait, this changes everything. I'm changing my whole brand.
Can I just point out some of the blatant hypocrisy here? Where if Tom Holland says that the TASM 2 Green Goblin fight's okay.
TASM 2 Green Goblin? He's talking about Raimi 1, bitch.
No one likes
the Raimi 1 Green Goblin fight.
Yeah. No one likes
This is what happens when you're fucking... This motherfucker's editing while he's on our podcast. He's barely fucking paying attention. He's like, I'll be on the podcast. I'm going to edit while I'm doing it, though. Motherfucker, this is a real thing.
It's a hustle, all right? It's a hustle, and I'm trying my best to keep up.
This fucking guy.
This motherfucker.
This is why he's not talking, because he's doing his own shit and he just wants to fucking. He wants the clout.
I bet he's not even editing. He's actually just playing Arkham Knight.
Honestly, let's just fucking. Honestly, let's vote to kick him. Vote to kick him out of the podcast.
That's all you're gonna say. It's frying my computer. So I hope it's very warm.
Just be grateful you have a computer that doesn't die completely every time you turn on Premiere Pro high settings. But
no, if Tom Holland loved Green Arrow, dude, that would shape. No more videos. that would change. I would become Soups. I would become the most positive MCU fan in the world. I'd be like, I don't love the movie, but I fucking love this guy. That would be my whole brand.
I saw him praising the Green Goblin fight. I saw him saying the actual practical. He praised the Raimi cam stuff.
Yeah.
In Spider-Man 2, like the zoom-ins and stuff, and he really likes that kind of stuff. He said he really liked the skateboard scene. from TASM.
King.
Which is like, all right.
King
You know what's my
shit.
theory? You know what's my theory? This is a stretch, right?
What?
The one clout
wants to
tweet
be a
I did
skater
back in
dude?
April got
Oh,
like
there we go.
5K likes, right? And the
he's
impressions
copying
were like
your-
at like 1 million
You think he's
impressions
copying your
on this
copying your
one.
clout tweets?
I think at some point he's gone on Twitter, he saw this tweet that was just random, and it was the skateboard scene. It was like, the skateboard scene is underrated, and then that stayed in his mind for the course of the past.
Do
like,
you
3
have
months.
any understanding of how rich this man is? This man is so far beyond anything
Twitter.
that we can comprehend. Just any movie star is. They're not on fucking Twitter. He's not on Twitter.
Okay. But like
He might be on
theory-
Instagram, and maybe he saw your screenshot of your
No,
tweet.
but you
Yeah,
miss
a
it.
screenshot of
You
it on
see it,
Instagram,
because
yeah.
Mithi lives in this world where
Everybody's on Twitter.
celebrities are like
Everyone
us.
pays
attention to
everyone's
me.
on
When only
Twitter.
like 10% of the
Everyone pays attention to
population is
Clout
actually
Mithi.
on Twitter.
Everyone likes my clout tweets. I'm currently clout tweeting right now as you
Of course
listen
you
to
are.
this fucking
Doesn't
podcast.
surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
You don't have to.
Clout Mithi
You
literally
really don't have
being
to.
Clout Mithi 12 days of Clout Mithi begins literally tomorrow, and I've
hate
only
you.
scheduled
I,
3
like,
days of tweets.
I don't
we
think I can
cancel
like
December?
overstate how much I hate you.
It's so much fun,
It's
man.
so-
It is so much fun. I'll be honest,
Are
I'm not
you?
clout tweeting as much as I originally planned.
Good.
I was, like,
Oh
gonna
no, what a nightmare.
Go like,
Oh no.
yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, it's so sad.
But speaking speaking of like
I
speaking
just
of your
can't think of
I
ideas.
think okay, not that he saw your cloud tweet. I have seen
I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did. I
way
just think
too
it's funny
many
that he
I've seen
referenced that.
way too many articles of Tom Holland said weird thing to get him trending.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
too many
It's like
times.
he's been
He is
clout,
he is cloud
talking.
tweeting in interviews right now
He's-
just to
yeah,
get people
he's-
talking about him.
I know.
That's
it's kind of
that's
funny.
my theory.
It's
I hate
really
the two of
funny.
you. I
It
really I
actually,
hate
no,
the two of you.
legitimately, you're onto something because he
I,
talks
like-
about the game. He talks about like the
He's just
other
trying to
movies.
get
He was
Spider-Man
shit-talking
fans
the
like
poster.
to like him
He
right
was
now.
shit- talking to poster.
The idea
Did you
he
see
is
him-
clout tweeting in
He's cloud
interviews,
tweeting,
that's-
cloud
talking
tweeting
form,
IRL. That's what
yes.
he's doing, man.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
telling you.
clout tweeting. Did you see him
Talking.
shitting on the poster? He was shitting on the
Of course
poster.
he fucking
like-
was.
He was like, "Look at this poster. What's this? I've never made this pose in my life.
That
When
is
have I ever
the
made
that
this
is the
pose?"
that
And
is
it's like-
those are the actions of a man who just signed another 10-year-long contract and is not going to get
Yeah.
fired.
exactly.
That dude is
yeah,
not getting
basically.
fired anytime soon.
No, he's not. He's
and
not.
I can't wait for 3 years from now where he goes through his edgy actor phase, but is still
Yeah.
forced to be Spider-Man, and so he's going to be like Rob
He just keeps coming
Pattinson.
back. Yeah.
In
yeah.
interviews, he's gonna be like, I always hated the character Spider-Man. It's always been the worst character in the world, and he's
Yeah,
just gonna be
exactly.
talking shit.
Yeah, it's you go. He'll be full fucking emo Tom Holland, I guess.
Emo
instead.
Tom Holland, we love him.
But
Bully
yeah.
Holland.
I
He's
did-
gonna
it
pull
is
the he's
so-
gonna pull the Raimi he's gonna pull his hair down. He's gonna be
It
like
is
edgy.
so fucking weird though how like there was that one interview where like I watched the actual interview. It was a great interview, but like BuzzFeed took that interview completely out of context.
Classic.
And it was just about how like
So out of
Tom
character
Holland
for
and
BuzzFeed.
Zendaya slam on the haters of people saying that Zendaya is taller than Tom Holland and how they're. And I was like, BuzzFeed, what the fuck are you doing?
That's my
watched
favorite. That's the
interview.
favorite. That's my favorent fucking thing in the world. Because
Yeah.
it's so stupid. Because it's just
'cause
like,
I
and that's why
watched the
that's why I made
original-
fun of him on Twitter. Because it's like, I don't know if Christian, did you see my
I
tweet?
saw it and I hated it.
You
so
saw
much.
it. I know
It
you
was
saw
a
it.
terrible-
I
yeah.
photoshopped Tom Holland to be like 4 feet tall and Zendaya to be like 10 feet tall.
Oh, I saw that photo. I didn't know it was on
And-
Twitter though.
and I just said, so true. You tell him, King. Because it's such because like I saw 100 articles about that. It's like, this is the dumbest thing in the world.
It was just BuzzFeed
It
though.
is
The
a-
thing is, it was just
she
BuzzFeed.
She is 5'10", he is 5'8". It is a 2-inch difference. You know, it doesn't matter. It's so stupid, and I was just making fun of everybody praising him because it's really funny.
Interview. I listened to the original interview. They weren't talking about their relationship. They were talking about the stunts that they had to perform on set.
Oh, that's even funnier.
That's what they weren't talking about the relationship. But
That's
every
even
single
funnier.
time, all of these articles are always taking every single bit of press and just turning it into their relationship. And I'm like,
Hey,
and I
have
see
you
the
just
interviews
figured
and I
out
see
how
the
That's
that
what
pain.
works?
happens. That's what happens
No,
when
I
you
know,
can't
but, like,
date your
it's just
co-star.
so
Can't
it's-
date in the
it's just
fishbowl,
so
baby.
Funny. It's just funny how like
It is funny.
intense they're going with
It's
it.
fucked
Yeah.
because sensationalist media, sensationalist journalism has killed society. But it is kind of funny.
Society.
I'm
We
gonna
live in a
blame
society.
it on disgraced former CNN host Chris Cuomo.
Yes, of course. And his brother, disgraced former New York governor Andrew Cuomo, played by Pete Davidson.
Cuomo. Yep.
Wait, what was I going to say?
joke's stolen from
Speaking of,
Brian.
okay, but speaking of Tom Holland's height, do we think he is going to look like an adult ever in his life?
Eventually.
Will he be a believable 25-year-old Spider-Man at any point in his lifetime?
I think he will be a believable 25-year-old Spider-Man at around 30 years old.
I think 35. I think it's going to be...
You underestimate how well people can make people look with like just camera lenses and frames.
That's
and
fair.
Stuff.
That's fair. But it's like
it's the easy stuff.
But it's like fucking Nathan Drake in that shot. He's trying to be like, she's trying to be Nathan Drake.
But he's not Nathan Drake. That's the problem.
But it's like Spider-Man has that same figure. It's the same form. Character.
Yeah, I mean, there is a kind of a difference between like a Hal Jordan type and then a Spider-Man type. Well, right? Yeah, Nathan Drake is much more of a Hal Jordan type.
Yeah, Nathan Drake's a skinny boy. Nathan Drake isn't fucking bulky.
Every time I look at Nathan Drake,
Nathan Drake's a scrawny little bitch. He's a scrawny little twink, and I love him.
He's very lean but muscular.
Yeah, and guess who else is? Guess who else is? Guess what other superhero is? Who's defined by that?
Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil. Yeah.
Yeah, Daredevil.
Yeah, Nightwing.
Charlie Cox is Uncharted.
That would actually be really good. I think he'd be a lot better.
Interesting.
Andrew Garfield would actually be a pretty good Nathan Drake too.
Andrew
Garfield as anybody would be great.
Andrew Garfield
could be fucking Superman and he would kill it. I would really like to see Andrew Garfield as Superman.
People want to deep fake Andrew Garfield onto Ansel Elgort in West Side Story to make that movie more watchable.
Honestly, yeah, please.
I've heard.
Please.
That'd be great. And then do that and then send me a cut.
I'm sure Rachel probably wants to also.
Yeah. I feel bad.
I feel so bad for her. That's her big thing. I guess she's got Shazam 2 coming. So,
and Snow White.
That's right.
Because that's the big thing.
But it's like that's her big coming thing, and it's like I can't see it because I don't want to, but I want to. But I fucking hate that guy.
She might get an Oscar nom for it too. Which is kind of crazy. That's rad. She kind of came out of nowhere with that.
She's awesome. I love her. Yeah. She's so much fun. Yeah. She's adorable on Twitter. She's
also,
so funny.
Maitreyi Ramakrishnan from that Netflix show Never Have I Ever also got like breakout star of the year or something.
That's cool.
I saw.
I was looking at that. I was thinking about watching that because I remember you were telling me about that.
That show. There are parts of it that are really good and parts of it that are really cringe.
Oh, really?
And I'm fine with both.
Well, that's life. Life is half cringe.
Life is cringe.
Life is cringe. Yeah. You can quote me on that. There's the podcast title.
For me, it very much was like a show for me of just like, okay, those are exactly things that happen in my own
OMG,
life.
that's so me.
But like,
OMG, that's so you.
LOL,
OMG,
relatable.
OMG, look, that's so you. OMG, that's so such a me act. That's so me energy.
Oh my god, TikTok. I love TikTok.
You know what I'm gonna do? When Netflix is trying to be all like hip.
Like hip. Yeah, they have a 40-year-old man trying to write for the kids on their Twitter.
I love people that just ratio them with like, shut the fuck up, Netflix, every single time.
The problem is now those brands are actually like those types of tweets are doing well now, and it makes me so mad. It's like it's these
like the Gone Girl one where they're feeling like going off and then killing my husband or whatever the fuck, and they're
she understood the assignment or something.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's like
how are people really this gullible that they're falling for this now when like 2 weeks ago they weren't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's the same energy as Baby Nut, you know?
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
How could you forget about Baby Nut? We need to all remember Baby Nut for the Mr. Peanuts guy.
You know what would have saved Baby Nut if it was played by Pete Davidson?
Honestly,
imagine Pete Davidson as a baby.
Pete Davidson is saving Smart Water for me. I fucking hated Smart Water for the longest time, and now I'm like, yeah, it's Pete Davidson, hell yeah. Which is like, I guess I'm falling for the marketing, and I'm such a gullible little bitch. But you know what? I don't care. I don't go fuck.
I don't hate Smart Water. There's always a fish on the back of that fucking inside, and I'm like, what the fuck is that fish doing? When I was a kid, I used to think that fish was real, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is there a fish?
It's a real fish, yeah.
Yeah, a real little goldfish.
Fish aren't real, bro.
Fish aren't real. True. Dude, they're a lie made up by the government, just like pigeons. Pigeons are drones made to spy on you.
Fish are real, though?
And the earth is flat. There's a Mandela effect.
Do you know where fish are real? In here, baby.
In Fortnite, baby.
In Fortnite, baby. Woo! I love Fortnite so much. I'm going to say it right now. Fortnite's coming back.
Fortnite's been back, bitch. Now. Fortnite has been back. True.
But like every time I tell people I play Fortnite, I have to feel ashamed of myself. I don't want to feel that anymore. Again, I don't think I will.
Don't kill the part of you that's cringe. Kill the part of you that cringes.
You don't get to say that.
Okay, it was in the. I think it's at the start of the. I think it's at the start of the podcast. I believe that. So it's a reference to you. It's a very clear reference to you.
Oh Jesus! But
Fortnite, Chapter 3
is awesome.
Really fucking good.
The web swinging is like, you know what the web swinging feels like? swinging through the forest feels like that one scene in Spider-Verse where you're swinging with Miles through the forest. That's every time I think.
Can I say a really hot take? I don't know yet because I haven't done it enough. I kind of like the Fortnite swinging more than the PS4 game. Maybe just because I'm so used to the PS4 game, and it's like
it's more accurate. It's more like because in the
it's more of like a real pendulum.
Game, you just swing. Yeah. In this, it's it's more of like kind of a real, like you see an object and then you swing. You click and
and it's more like Spider-Man 2.
So it's harder to swing. It is harder to swing, but it is more satisfying, I think, in a way to accomplish a good swing.
Yeah, you know? I don't think I would want to do the Fortnite swinging for a long time, but the physics of the pendulum are a lot better in Fortnite than in Spider-Man.
Yeah. Isn't that so fucked?
And then they all blow the fucking Avengers game out of the water. That's for fucking sure.
Which I remember saying this years ago, and people like shouted at me for it. Where the only problem I ever had with the Spider-Man PS4 swinging was that you could like leap from the Empire State Building, take a huge swing.
Yeah, and the momentum isn't there as much. Yeah,
a quarter of the way up.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel right because I remember they nailed that in Web of Shadows. Yeah, that's why I love playing that.
It's real momentum, real physics.
You felt like a pendulum, and you just didn't.
Did they ever fix that with Miles? Is that
no? It's the same swinging engine. Really? It's just animations. And it's not a huge problem and stuff. But it's like you reach terminal velocity very quickly, you know, to the point where it's like there's no difference between diving really far and diving, you know, from the same height. You're halfway the same height and stuff. I've heard rumors, and this could just be fucking bullshit. I've heard rumors that the sequel is gonna have 2 types of swinging modes in the settings. It's gonna have like, I think it's called like classic and arcade or something is what they're gonna be called. And so classic is gonna be more like Spider-Man 2 with like real physics. You have to look where you're shooting. Which that might be, or I don't know about that. Like it's going to be like a little bit more precise.
Mechanical. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's going to be the one where you can just fucking hold R2 to fucking parkour, do whatever, you know, like Assassin's Creed very much, you know?
That's kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about the complete delineation of that, but it might be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe a slider or something. I don't know. I'm all for accessibility and stuff. Yeah. So like, because the reason, the idea with the Insomniac games is they wanted to make it so like anybody could fucking pick up and feel like they're Spider-Man, you know? And you get good at the swinging if you do shit, but you're not really rewarded by doing shit, you know? You can swing about the same speed as somebody who's doing it for the first time. You just maybe don't, you maybe look cooler or something. That's a loud car outside. No, well, you can hear it in my mic. That's why I'm talking to the podcast viewers.
I forgot that people listen to this.
Yeah, I know. I feel so bad for them. It's really, it's so sad. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Way to market your own podcast, guys.
That's our brand. It's our brand is that we hate.
Yeah. That we shit.
God, we're shit
on ourselves.
Thanks for tolerating us.
We piss in the toilet that is ourselves.
Oh, I swear to God. But like, but when you do that, it like the learning curve is like not as big, and therefore you don't feel as special when you're doing the crazy fun shit, you know. Yeah. And I feel like a setting like that of just like more physics-based stuff would be nice, you know, something like that at least.
Yeah,
but I don't need it. I think it's good. It's good though. So it's like I don't need if it's not fine, broke, don't fix it. You know, just have more animations like in Miles.
It is very interesting because I thought web swing was going to be like some OP thing, but you have only a select amount of webs and you have to like reload after 10 seconds, which I kind of like that. It's like makes it. I don't like that it is just gloves. I feel like that's
especially
weird
I haven't gotten the Spider-Man suit yet, but I've seen the suit with the gloves on. It's another layer on top.
Exactly. Or like you wear the black suit, it doesn't change for that.
Oh, that's right. That's gonna suck.
Gloves.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't
get
know
it, but also like you could have done something. I don't know. Maybe you'd make it a power up instead.
I wish it was just like a watch, you know? Like it's
like web shooters.
Like
a watch but I guess they're not as you know iconic that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You need something there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want them to like make a game mode that is just swinging. Because I just want to fuck around with that because it's fun to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. They've got to do that at least in a creative map at some point.
I hope so. Are you able to do creative stuff where you get like the mythic items though?
I don't know. I don't exactly know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that people wouldn't be chasing it as much if it just existed. But I guess it's kind of like Minecraft where creative mode exists. You know,
yeah.
People still compete for shit. So I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, because also now creative mode gives you XP, which is like people were using that to get really high levels and stuff, but they patched that, which makes me upset.
I saw that. I saw the fucking code where you like get something from Jonesy and then you just like hack it and you get like one level every time you do it. And I was like, fuck. But now we have to grind the natural.
I gotta grind. We gotta do all the milestones and the quests, and I've done too many quests, and I feel embarrassed about what level I am.
You're at level 560.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so true.
Yep.
Because I was because the reason I want to get like such a high level so quickly is there is a chance. I had this thought. There's a chance. Obviously, yes, Spider-Man and shit, but like I'll probably get to that level before the season ends and shit.
The season ends, yeah.
But there's a chance. I was thinking, how there's those secret bonus rewards?
Yes.
That aren't unlocked yet. What if it's Toby and Andrew?
Oh.
What if it is? There's a chance.
The Zoom just captured my little awe face, but yeah, actually, what the fuck? Like that actually,
because it's. I mean, I don't think. I feel like they would just have that for sale. But maybe it's maybe it's something Spider-Man related.
It would be, but it would make sense as a skin, right? It would be a skin on top of the Spider-Man. You get Spider-Man, and then you unlock these extra.
Well, no,
skins.
I mean, what they did with Venom is they made Tom Hardy. Right? They made Tom Hardy Venom. It's completely different skin to regular Venom, and I was not a fan because I wish I could have been Tom Hardy transforming into comic Venom. Would have been really fun, but you can't do that, which sucks. Yeah. But you get the toes at least, which is nice. We love the toes.
But with Spider-Man, I feel like there's not a lot of no one's gonna play as Peter Parker because what the fuck?
I would play the fuck out of Peter. I would actually really enjoy that. Maybe because that could be the other thing. That could be the secret skin. It's a Peter Parker skin.
Maybe
that'd be cool.
I do think there is at least one Spider-Man
bombastic
skin that they're gonna add.
Skin.
That would be even better. Listen,
I do think there's got to be more Spider-Man skins, right?
I feel like
it can't just be those three.
Especially with the movie coming out, they're probably I think when the movie comes out, they're gonna pull Suicide Squad and have like Suicide Squad had Bloodsport. I think they'll do the same thing with Iron, probably just the Iron Spider. The
integrated suit or whatever.
Yeah, integrated suit, Iron Spider. Yeah. Which would you? I guess I prefer the integrated suit because I really hate the Iron Spider.
I prefer the integrated suit too because then I have a red and black suit.
Yeah.
As well.
I just can't get into. I can't get into the integrated suit. I don't know why.
Me neither. It looks good as the Hot Toys, and that's it.
Yeah, it looks good when you clean up all the fucking lines and shit.
Yeah,
and
because the thing that saddens me is I don't know if it's been confirmed, but it's not a practical suit at all. It's
but people, that's weird though. People are saying it is though.
I don't think all the behind the scenes show him in the Far From Home suit.
Yeah,
all of the behind the scenes in that kind of Statue of Liberty setting show him in the Far From Home.
And that would explain would explain that certain leak too. That shows him the Far From Home suit, which we don't want to talk about. But it's just very weird. Realistic, but it's got different colored fingers. So it's like, would they really recolor all that shit?
Maybe.
I guess that's. I mean, CMC. We're talking about. They did that for
the Iron Spider.
They did that for the Iron Spider. That's true.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's to make Tom Holland more comfortable, sure, but that doesn't make Tom Holland more comfortable. So it's like, what the fuck, It's like I get that for the Iron Spider for Infinity War.
All of the CGIing over existing suit stuff is just it feels like extra work on CGI artists that are already underpaid.
Yeah, especially because I was thinking about the Tom Holland comfortability thing, right? If it's to make the actors more comfortable, then fine, go for it. But every time in the press tour, they always complain about the suit being ass, like every single time. Yeah, and so it's like they did put them in a suit.
They put them in the same suit. Yeah, it exists already.
Yeah. So why? And I don't know. Maybe it's to make it prettier. And it's like,
but is it prettier though?
It's a whole thing.
I don't know. I mean, Mauricio was saying,
there's an uncanny valley that exists if you don't CGI enough, right?
Yeah.
But it already does look kind of weird.
I mean, the Raimi suit didn't CGI anything. The fuck, you just have to CGI the eyes, and then Mauricio was saying they're doing this, but I don't think so. It's hard to say, but they could. According to him, according to a couple shots, it looks like that they are just doing touch-ups instead of fully CGIing over, at least in one of the shots that it was in the trailers.
That's what because it's just the yellow stuff on the front. Like the pants are the same, right?
I think so, but the gloves are
some
different.
of the arms are the same, and the head is the same. I want the head to stay the same. Like even if you CGI the rest of the body, okay, fine. On certain shots, I want to see Tom.
I'm actually the opposite. I think the body should be real. And then, because the body's the hardest part, the body's the part with the most wrinkles.
That's true.
But with a face shell on a Spider-Man suit, it's already smooth anyway. So you just got to get rid of the seams and fix those eyes and stuff.
I'm thinking more of Tom Holland's little face quirks, like when he's shaking his head around and it looks a little weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's the only thing, because I'm talking about close-up shots. I'm not talking about wide shots. But yeah, it's a whole thing. I can't wait to roadmap. Right now, I think I've roadmapped enough of this movie. My secret theory is that that like fight with the Green Goblin where he throws the bomb at him in the trailer. That's my theory, is that that's the actual final.
That would be a better final battle, honestly. If it is if it's a personal thing.
What if they do the whole New York Statue of Liberty thing, and then they come back, and then Goblin's waiting for them?
And I would be interested
just
in that.
Just like
if that's
in
the case.
Spider-Man 1, where it was like a high stakes thing that took them to. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is ironic. How many bridge fights have we had in Spider-Man movies?
Every single movie has a bridge fight, right?
Not a bridge fight. Well, TASM 2 didn't have a bridge fight. It had a bridge kiss.
TASM 1.
TASM 1 had a bridge scene where he saves the thing. What does TASM 2 have a bridge scene?
It has the bridge scene. It's not a fight though.
No, in TASM 2.
TASM 2, yeah. It's the Gwen I love you or whatever.
Oh, okay, that still counts. It's still a bridge.
It's not there's no fight. There's no fight there.
No, bridge
it's
scene.
It's the opposite of a fight.
Scene.
They kiss.
Bridge scene. There we go.
Okay. Well, I said bread fight. Bridge fight. Okay. I said bread fight.
Bread fight.
Bread fight. Bread fight. Bread fight.
Or if you want to count the start of Infinity War when Peter's on the bus going across the bridge.
He leaves off of. He is driving in a vehicle.
There are a lot of bridges in New York. This is why I said specifically fight, because it's like fights on a bridge, not just anytime somebody sees a bridge. Every shot is a bridge scene then.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we told you bridges aren't real, bro.
So true.
No one told you?
Well, I was crossing a bridge today, and then a troll stopped me, and he wanted me to answer a riddle, and then he said "these nuts," and I was like, it really got me.
Yo,
did that work? Did it work though?
Yeah, he got me.
It worked, right?
He got me pretty good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
And then you just like exploded into a puff of light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah. What was I talking about? Fucking bridges. And shit.
All right, quick. Top 10 bridges, go.
Top 10 bridges.
Yeah.
Some random bridge in India that you don't know. Some other random bridge in India you don't know.
Okay.
Some other random bridge in India.
I went to public school in America. Don't flex on me.
Listen, I'm saying this because you don't know if I'm even mentioning an actual bridge or not.
The pay gap. Yeah. The measure that we take to close the pay gap.
So true. King, tell him.
Commentary.
Dude, I love SZA.
My favorite bridges.
Oh my god, if I could stop every period, I would. I wish I could be pregnant instead, but my body won't let me.
What's that attitude?
That was a TikTok I saw last night. It was really funny.
Okay. What's the one bridge in No Time to Die? During a scene in No Time to Die where there's a.
I've decided I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I get home because I have a really big TV at home.
Don't watch No Way Home. Just watch No Time to Die.
Honestly, yeah.
Just go.
Honestly, I should go. I should tell everybody I'm seeing No Way Home, see No Time to Die, and come back and give my review of No Way Home, and nothing would change. Nothing would change.
Exactly.
Why don't you title the video "No Way Home Review," but it's just a review for James Bond?
Okay, I have a challenge for us. I have an actual cool challenge for us. Right? None of us have seen No Way Home. Let's try to do a review for No Way Home right now.
Yeah, okay. Should we do like a Rotten Tomatoes tagline type thing?
Just do like a Jeremy Jans kind of review of like No Way Home, where you don't talk about the movie or like you describe the movie, but you don't actually.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a Rotten Tomatoes style review.
Okay, yeah, you go. Ready, go, Trey.
Oh shit! Okay. No way I'm watching this movie again. Spider-Man No Way Home is an absolute tragedy. Tragedy.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. Oh, Jesus Christ. Spider-Man No Way Home is an absolute travesty of a film that completely shits on every aspect of the character for shitty, nostalgic fan service. There are no aspects of this movie that are original, and it's getting 2 out of 10 stars for me. Rotten.
Okay, Christian, go ahead. Do it.
I thought it was a.
Oh wait, that's not what I'm actually gonna say. Oh wait, I was just joking. But okay, go ahead.
Okay, no. Okay, then go.
What I actually think? I don't fucking know what the movie's gonna be. You already did a whole video.
Okay. All right, here's mine. All right.
Spider-Man No Way Home is fine.
Here we go. I just came back from the theater after watching No Way Home, and I feel like a changed man. This movie affected me on levels mentally, physically, and spiritually. The Green Goblin in this movie delivers a fantastic performance and brings me back to my roots of being a little child watching this TV, watching the movies on the TV. The same thing applies. Jamie Foxx provides an excellent comedic performance during the scene. and Tom Holland is just the best actor. I really hope Tom Holland gets nominated for an Oscar for this performance.
Okay, you gave a Twitter review. I gave a critics review.
Is it time for him to light his
candles? Which one is gonna get more likes? All right.
I swear to God. Okay, I have another one. I have another one too. I have another tagline. Spider-Man: No Way Home is another entry into the MCU saga, but the limitations of the universe fail to allow this film to break free of its shackles and truly expand beyond its true potential.
That's it.
That's mine.
Scorsese.
But this brings up the whole thing of like, we all know what we're kind of already going to say about this movie.
I don't. I haven't seen the fucking movie yet. Have you actually decided what you're going to say before seeing the movie?
No.
I know what I'm looking for.
We know that it's a multiple choice. We all know the potential outcomes, right? It's not a free response.
What are you talking
it's either
about?
Going to be, unless like something crazy happens, I guess.
Have you ever watched a movie in your life?
That's true. Okay, yeah, maybe I've recently. Wait,
what are you talking about? Exactly... How do you go to movies like this?
Let me clarify. Let me clarify. We all kind of. It's a multiple choice in the sense of we all know
with that French there, huh?
Like multiple choice and like good, like love it. Okay, wait, what are you talking about?
Like we're either gonna love it, or it's gonna feel meh. It's either gonna be really bad, or we're gonna have some weird take on it. You know?
So multiple choice or D, other fill in the blank is what you're saying.
I guess that's right. Yeah. Okay.
No, I mean, like I have expectations for what I'm like realistically will think the movie will be.
Is there
but
a
it's
possibility for this movie being like a complete like crazy like yes awesome for you?
I was thinking about there is a chance, but based on the marketing, I don't think it will be. But it's like it's still possible because the marketing's been shitty. Which is different,
I guess that makes sense,
But I'm also not looking. I'm also not watching clips. I'm trying to stay away from TV spots. I've only seen the 2 trailers and then like 3 TV spots that have popped up when I'm watching Jimmy Fallon's. That's my jam.
So many TV spots out.
So many TV spots.
Way too many of them. I don't know why they're putting that many of them.
I mean, it's Sony. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah.
On the Friday that this movie comes out, they're gonna spoil the whole thing in a TV spot.
Yeah.
On the Friday it comes out.
It sucks so much.
They're gonna pull a Jedi Fallen Order.
They did that with Endgame.
With Endgame, and then with Jedi Fallen Order, they put Darth Vader in it when he did show up to the end.
I went to Subway. I went to Subway 2 days ago. Right?
Spoilers for Jedi Fallen Order, by the way. I apologize. I'm assuming anybody that wanted to play it was already gonna play it. So
spoilers for Fallen Order. I went to Subway. That's a spoiler for Fallen Order.
Yes.
But I went to Subway 2 days ago, and we're talking about holiday plans just while she was making a sandwich, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, I might go see that Spider-Man movie or something like next week.
Might go see that Spider-Man movie
or something.
Hey, you're that Spider guy.
Hey, that Spider guy.
And then do you know what she said? She's like, "There's a Spider-Man
and I don't
movie
like
coming." She said, "There's a Spider-Man movie coming." And I was like, yeah, it's
how
like
the
a new
fuck
one
are you missing it? That's interesting to me.
But then I heard Christian, didn't you say you had a similar experience, or someone said they had a similar experience?
Last night I was talking to a coworker, and they're like, "What are your plans for Christmas?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not thinking that far ahead. I just want to get through the week and see Spider-Man." And she's like, "Oh, are they doing a rerun?" And I'm like, "No, there's a new movie coming out." And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
And like even when I talk to my dad,
she's like my age.
I think it's so interesting to realize how many people are in the world and how many people do not give a fuck about any of this nerd shit. And they think we're fucking loser virgins for being like, yeah, I know when the movies are coming out.
Yeah.
Because most people only know when movies are coming out by seeing another movie and seeing a trailer.
Yeah, which that makes
and nobody's gone to see movies this year.
Yeah, and that makes me feel weird when like
streaming.
And like when you see so many people be like, "Oh my, this movie is gonna break everything," and so many people are gonna see that. All people are gonna see this movie. It's gonna be bigger than Endgame, and I'm like,
probably not.
I actually think it. Well, it's hard. If it were in a pandemic, definitely I think it would. Yeah. But we're in a pandemic. Yeah. It's gonna change shit. But it's like the fact that like I don't know. I was able to get my Endgame tickets very easily. This was a nightmare doing these tickets.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's kind of true.
But also,
I mean, theaters are. But like, I don't know. The thing with Endgame that not a lot of people realize, Endgame kept its box office because for a month straight, people were just continuously going to see it. Right? Yeah. Not everyone, fans and people went to see it first weekend, but like second weekend, third weekend, fourth weekend, it was like the fucking Lil Nas X, Old Town Road of like movies. It's like people.
That's a great analogy.
I guess, all right. It's number one at the charts for like every single week.
Yeah, and then they went and they fucking re-released it with those shitty deleted Hulk scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And are they going to do that with Spider-Man? Is Spider-Man going to stay?
They absolutely are. I mean, they did it with Far From Home.
You think so?
They did it with Far From Home.
I guess, yeah. But like, is it going to be as strong as something like Endgame with that retention? Is it?
I don't know. I don't know. How well did Rise of Skywalker
on the movie,
do?
Right? Endgame was good, so people kept back to.
Did Rise of Skywalker do well?
It.
What were the numbers on that? Was that successful?
It didn't do great. I think it like made its money, but barely. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Hold on that because it's like okay, it half a billion.
$500 million. That's not good.
For the last Star Wars movie, that's not great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. Because I mean, you think about it with Justice League. Think about BVS. BVS did great first weekend, and
then fucking dropped off. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's. I think if the movie is good, there's a possibility, and the movie could be good. It just depends on how it's.
I think it's so hard to analyze, like talking about box office stuff with this movie, because the only people we interact with when involving this movie are fucking people that are going to see the movie regardless. You know, being people that talk shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, what are normies going to do? Yeah, you're right. Not everybody even knew this was coming out, and it's coming out in like 4 days. Yeah. You know, so it's like, and it's a pandemic. Like, are people really going to go fucking to a movie theater to see a Spider-Man movie that isn't marketed great? You know,
like how many people saw Shang-Chi? Like how many people?
It did well. It did well for pandemic stuff. You know,
but that's also fans.
But it's also because it's hard. Because there's the MCU. The MCU has it's like a YouTube channel. The MCU will have a following for the rest of its life. And people will the normies will fall off of it, but at the very least, there will always be a billion people that will always go see a MCU movie, regardless, because it's their favorite TV show. You know, because they're invested, they know the characters until they do a fucking reboots, you know, or another Endgame that just kind of kills everybody off or something. Like, there's always going to be the MCU fans that are like, these are my characters, this is my world, I'm in this, I'm sucked in, I'm going to see it 3 times. And so these movies are always going to be successful because of the brand. And I think it's interesting to try and analyze like success and box office stuff when we're talking like this movie specifically has both the MCU brand, the Spider-Man name in general, and then the Spider-Man nostalgia. It's got a lot of things pulling people towards it that I kind of feel like, imagine if Endgame was like, Tobey Maguire's in this one, you know, that'd be even bigger. You know, or also fucking Batman's in it. You know, So it's like I find it so interesting how nostalgia has become a huge selling point now.
Everything is nostalgia.
Everything, like even the Matrix, and I feel like the Matrix is going to be making a commentary on it based on what I've seen of it.
I feel like because like the other Matrix films, I don't know if you've seen them, but they are very self-aware, and like they do things explicitly to show either their irony, their hypocrisy, or their place as a social structure. Yeah, I know it sounds really pretentious the way. I mean,
fucking Scream is the same way. The Scream franchise.
I was gonna say I haven't watched either, but I know people compare it to Scream kind of.
Yeah, and I'm very interested in what Scream's gonna do with Scream 5, because if Scream 5 is just slasher movie, hey, look at what you remember, and doesn't actually do anything about it, that's a waste of the Scream title, I think.
Misses.
I still
haven't seen the fourth one because I can't see the fourth one anywhere.
Scream 4 is really good. It's
I can't find it.
It's better than Scream 3. That's what I'll say. It's better than actually.
I mean that's a low bar.
That's pretty low bar. Yeah. I think that's about as good as Scream 2, maybe a little bit better. And I enjoyed Scream 2, but I don't think anything's topping the first one because it's fucking fantastic.
The first one's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
It's like I mean, Mithi probably don't want to watch it. Might be a bit scary.
Fuck you.
Like the Halloween series.
Fuck you. I'm gonna go back to playing Fortnite. Fuck you.
What if they put Michael Myers in Fortnite? Would you stop playing because it's too scary?
I'm going to do something bad. I'm being so bullied. CJ is supposed to be the one.
Watch the movies then. Just watch the fucking movies and we'll start bullying.
You would enjoy the movies.
You will genuinely. I think you would genuinely enjoy it. I mean, obviously, you genuinely enjoy the original, but I think you'd enjoy 2018 too.
You would enjoy the original in 2018 because like 2018 is just a step up of the whole series.
Yeah.
And then obviously the new ones.
Don't watch the other ones. I didn't watch the other ones.
I've seen. Yeah. You know what's sad?
There's only 2 Halloween movies: Halloween and Halloween.
It's funny.
No, I've watched all 12 of them.
I'm sorry.
Because it's funny because it's funny because technically, just based on reviews and shit that I've watched, I've technically seen more of Halloween Kills than any of the other Halloween movies.
I'm gonna say that's pathetic. Yeah. That's really sad.
See, and then you're like, oh, they're bad movies because you're watching literally.
I didn't say they were bad. I never said they were bad movies. What the fuck did I say they were bad movies?
Halloween Kills is probably the worst movie I've seen in a long time, like years, I think. And like, granted, I make fun of people, but I do kind of just watch the big Hollywood shit most of the time, you know? Yeah. Because most movies I watch are competent. That is a horrific film. That is an absolute disaster of a movie, and I love it.
It's like Evil Dies Tonight. I remember I walked out. Actually, there is a note I'm going to read out here on the podcast. I have 2 notes walking out of the cinema, watching it because what they did, when I went to go see it was they were doing a double feature where they played Halloween 2018 and then Halloween Kills, which was a fucking
terrible
bad
decision.
Move.
Terrible decision
Because oh my god, it set itself up for failure. Hang on, my phone's just frozen. Here we go. My first note was bold choice of them to get to the 12th movie and decide to adapt a fan fiction into a screenplay, but it paid off because this is the first comedy in the Halloween franchise and it's fucking hysterical. And the second note, and this is a true recount of events, we all sighed as the credits rolled and we were walking out and the guy's at the candy bar and he's like, see you later, guys. And I'm like, you could have warned us. And he gave me the most smug look I've ever seen on a human. Like, he knew that we paid for that.
Because it's like I didn't do a double feature with 2018 to this one, but I watched 2018 the night before. Holy fuck. It's just such a... And when you find out that it's the same people... It's the same everything.
Yeah, it's the same directors,
the same everything,
same cinematographers. Yeah. The only difference is that it's a different editor, which you can tell.
Yeah,
you can tell.
And it's like even 2018,
they got $10 million more. With their budget.
And like 2018 has some issues. I don't I like it a lot, but it's like compared to the first one, like they do kind of play into the modern horror movie stuff a little bit in 2018, but like. It's like the worst parts of 2018. They're like, all right, let's make a whole movie about this, and then also make it racist somehow.
And that commentary is the best fucking interview I've ever seen. It's about the Black Lives Matter movement, and we did it.
It really was.
Yeah, oh my god, look at us, we're so smart, we're so cool.
And I'm like, But, you know what's funny about this whole thing about that being the same director, same team, and everything? Macbeth came out, I want to say in 2013. I don't remember the exact year. Macbeth, Michael Fassbender, same director.
No one's coming out this year. I didn't realize it was coming out this year.
Yeah, it's A24.
Yeah.
Looks good.
But the Macbeth that came out with Michael Fassbender was Michael Fassbender, same director, same writer, I think, same cinematographer. That entire team, like 2 years later, did the Assassin's Creed movie. And it's like, what the fuck happened there?
I think it's a matter of the Scottish play Mackers. I'm counting the podcast as a stage, so I'm not going to say it because I'm a theater kid, motherfucker. But that story, the studio is not going to fuck with that. You can't fuck with that because it's Shakespeare. People will know if you fuck with it. The Assassin's Creed movie, the studios can be like, this is market research. This works. Test audience have consistently shown they want this, so show this, And
part of it probably is Macbeth performed so poorly that they were like, we get to do whatever the fuck we want with this next thing.
That's true. Yeah, like the studios will be like, the studios are probably like, this movie didn't do well, so we know what we're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. It's fucked. And like, I believe that like a director's true talent is not in the thing that they make. It is convincing their boss to make the thing that they want to make. Like Sam Raimi, the fact that Spider-Man 3 is as good as it is with all the shit. Whoa. What a fucking god that man is.
I think that's kind of why James Gunn has kind of created such a perfect niche for himself.
Yeah.
Where like he gets to do whatever the fuck he wants because he's proven that like he can play both sides, Of like, this is what I want to do, and you're going to let me do what I want to do, but it's also going to meet everything you also want to do.
Yeah.
There's no I think
it's compromise, and it's like it sucks. I'm a big creative freedom guy, and I wish studios weren't like this, but that is part of it. Because if you can't properly compromise, the studios will be like, okay, fuck you, we're gonna do what we want, or you're fired. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's, and obviously you don't want to be fired from your movie. You know?
No.
And I think the studios have shown the studio fingerprint has been more visible than ever in Hollywood blockbusters. Especially when you compare it to like
what's happening with The Flash right now.
With The Flash is gonna be bad, yeah.
That's so sad, man. Yeah. It's a Flash movie for everything.
That's not a good Flash movie, yeah.
Oh, the movie, yeah.
But it's like when you compare, and I don't want to sound like Bailey too much because I know we've already got an Australian, but like when you compare it to like Prisoner of Azkaban, and when you compare it to the Raimi trilogy, and when you compare it to the Pirates trilogy, like there is such a huge difference of how those movies feel and were made and shit. And they were big Hollywood blockbusters. They got big studio shit, but they are like legit filmmakers' films. Versus now, you know, I don't want to call out any specific directors and shit, but it's like fucking Rise of Skywalker. That's a good example. Like that's a very studio influenced movie. Or Justice League, very studio influenced movie. It's like studios have had this mindset of like, we are the top dog. We know what we're doing better than the director does.
What was the marking point for a studio doing that and succeeding? Was it the MCU?
I don't want to say it was the MCU because it's like, maybe it was like right after. Maybe it was Avengers. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because early Phase 1 MCU was great. Phase 1 MCU has some fucking bangers. Thor 1 is a good movie. Everybody who doesn't like Thor 1, shut up. It's great. I fucking love Thor 1.
It's a good movie.
Captain America 1, great. Fucking Iron Man 1, great. Iron Man 2, we don't talk about that one. Phase 1
Iron Man
of the
2.
MCU has
it's stupid, but I like it.
It's boring. That was my thing. I fall asleep.
I thought it was fun.
I don't know.
It's a little bit too long, but it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't into it as much.
I remember watching Iron Man 2 as a kid. I'd stay to watch it if it was on TV, only so I could see Captain America's shield in that one scene and be like,
loser.
Nerd.
Loser.
Yeah.
Whoa! You only watch movies to see what other movies are gonna be about, don't you? I only watch the MCU to see the post-credits scene.
I was a child.
I don't give a fuck about this Spider-Man character. I just want to see fucking Wanda or something.
There are people who are like that. There are people. There are tons of people who are like that, and I cannot fathom that. Just fucking just fucking watch the post-credits scene online later if it's that big of a deal to you. You know, and you just want to know the plot.
Also, it's kind of funny. Because the reason the post-credit scenes exist and they put it after the credits is so that you stay and look at the credits. Yeah. So you see everyone that worked on the movie. You know, like that's the point.
No, they exist to fuck over theater workers. Because theater workers are really they use that time to clean the theaters. That's and true. Now they're like shit. Now we've only got 5 minutes to clean this giant IMAX theater before the next showing of Eternals.
Yeah, because it's like in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
right. That's what it's like. I think if you're gonna go to a No Way Home showing and you're like 2 minutes late, you're gonna miss a movie. Like straight up. Like you have to be like on time. I think for this shit.
I'm gonna miss the whole movie.
No, like you're gonna be late. They're gonna start it like on the dime. I think because they're keeping showing so close to each other.
That's true. Yeah.
But, like I feel. So I mean, it depends on the size of the theater,
there's still trailers, and there's always a 30-minute trailer gap. Like they're not going to get rid of trailers for this movie.
Yeah. No, but I do think that it's a high demand movie, so they're going to keep.
I cannot wait to see Nicole Kidman and watch her talk about the impact of the movies. That's going to be because I'm going to an AMC for the first time in like 3 years. Oh wait, it's going to be the most exciting thing in my life.
I saw something on Twitter about like a letter that someone was handing out.
Someone was handing out the script of Nicole Kidman's thing and saying, "Hey, when this comes on, stand up and recite it along with her."
Wait,
it's so fucking funny, and I want to do it now.
Okay, I need to see that now because we were going to go to an AMC, and I'm going to this other theater instead.
You didn't get your NFT when you went to buy an AMC ticket?
I didn't get my NFT. No, we're going to this place where we're allowed to like eat and like drink beer while you watch the movie.
That's weird.
I'm not gonna drink beer, but
I'm not into the. I don't know. I'm not into those. That's like you're seeing a movie.
It sounds weird, but I saw pictures of it. I'm just gonna watch the movie.
I don't know.
Like, it's fun.
It'll be fun and shit. But it's like to me, it's like are there be waiters walking through and shit?
No, it's not during the movie. It's not during the movie.
Oh, it's before.
You can get stuff and like during the trailers and stuff. People are coming around.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I don't know. I'm a purist.
It's different.
I'm either a purist or watch Dune on my laptop. There's no in between.
Oh yeah. It's just a different. I've never had an experience like that, so I'm interested.
That'd be fun.
A guy from work said he went to one of those and he said he really liked it. Yeah. So I think he used it for Tenet and it was like fun. So I'm watching in Dolby. So
I finished it.
That looks pretty good.
Good job.
You should make pretty good, everybody. Honestly, that'd be pretty good fun.
Animator. Then it'll be Thanks.
That's his thumbnail, everybody. Everybody's making a video on Spider-Man. What a loser.
Yeah. I guess here's our PSA. Since this podcast is coming up before the movie comes out. Here's our PSA because it's before the movie comes out. Be safe when you go watch this movie.
Yes.
Please.
My Friday video is going to be 50%. Here's how to be safe at a movie theater when you go to see the Spider-Man movie that you're going to see anyway.
Thank God, do that.
Yeah,
please.
it's because it's like
people need.
Nobody talks about because it's like I'm scared to go, and I don't recommend going if you have people in your life that like are at risk and stuff.
Just read the plot on Wikipedia like a normal person.
Yeah. But it's like there are options to be super safe in like you could fucking buy 3 tickets. And space out the seats yourself, bitch, because the movie theaters won't do it.
Yep.
Like there are options that nobody ever talks about.
So much more of a thing, but I guess that does make it easier to like.
I would kill if I could just see that at a drive-in. I would kill to see this at a drive-in because then I could just sit in my car and tweet. I could live tweet it.
Yeah, I lived with the experience. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just so weird. I don't know that no one is paying attention because it's Spider-Man. Everyone's just distracted.
It's especially when it's like. I'm really not a huge fan of when the release date for this movie being less than 2 weeks away from Christmas because COVID symptoms show up after 2 weeks and people are going to go see their fucking grandmothers after this. I don't know. Most people are vaccinated. Yeah. Like, I'm assuming most people are vaccinated, Like,
get your booster shot if you can.
Get your booster shot if you can.
We can't go to a movie unless we're double vaxxed. Like, we're not allowed to do anything.
America's not like that. America, only San Francisco is like that. Fucking everywhere else in the world, maybe New York might be now, but everywhere else in the fucking world,
lives there.
It's only like if you're eating inside is when they check. It's really annoying. I hate it.
Yeah.
But like
that's a good reminder. I have to bring my
especially with fucking Omicron coming or not coming. It's here.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
That's the 6th member of the Sinister Six.
That would be fucking. That'd be a lot. What if that's the post-credit scene? It's Captain America showing up and being like, "Here's how to be safe at a movie theater during a pandemic."
It would be kind of. It is the fucking nice.
Oh no! Everyone, look! There's a new variant, and then
it's just a really big.
That's Chris Evans' grand return to the MCU as a vaccination tutorial.
I would be into that.
That'd be nice.
I think
I'd be down with that.
The MCU has not used their influence and their social impact responsibly yet, and that's the way to do it. That's the way they got to do it. Just bring him back. Just get him in a white void. Put him in the Avengers costume.
Robert Downey Jr. is coming back for Iron Man and or for Spider-Man, and they're like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
What you got to do? What you got to do is you have to kill a character from COVID. You kill off Aunt May from COVID.
Kill off Shuri.
Because of COVID.
Shuri with COVID,
please. Omicron. The pumpkin bombs are just Omicron.
Oh my god, he would. He absolutely would.
They die. Yep.
What do you? Okay, we've only because I want to keep this relatively short, so I don't want to get too into this.
Yes. Yeah.
People are talking about this movie having a secret main villain. Who do we think that is? I know you think it's Goblin.
Mysterio is the only one that makes sense. Mysterio, very funny. Good job. Congratulations.
I hope they add
Fortnite. I really hope they add Big Will to Fortnite. Imagine Big Will in Fortnite would be so fucking.
That is a sentence that doesn't need to be said.
No, but it's like a vehicle you can get into and drive around it. That'd be fun. That'd be pretty good.
Or like you have web swings on it, so then you can like it's like the fucking ball.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
In chapter 1.
It's like the General Grievous bike.
Yeah.
From Star Wars Episode 3.
I completely fucking derailed the conversation, but that's my little throw out there.
Yeah,
Mysterio is the only one that makes sense. Mysterio is quite legitimately, narratively, the only one that makes sense. Vulture went off and did his thing. Scorpion is fucking in the Venom universe, for all we fucking know.
Yeah.
And the only person left is this guy in like the Tinkerer.
Scorpion is in this universe. They just forgot he existed. Hang on.
Yeah, he's still in jail. Yeah. It's a
whole thing.
Threw Michael Mando away.
No, I think Mysterio.
They threw Mads Mikkelsen away, and now they threw him away.
It's weird because it's like if Mysterio is the main villain, that'd be kind of a shitty cop out, right? Yeah. Because it's like that would imply that none of this multiverse stuff is real, which I think we can assume is real.
Is there a way to do it and make it still
real? That would be
real?
the funniest thing. ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to happen.
I
wish that my worst enemy.
Unless if it's another version of because I mean, Shattered Dimensions Mysterio was a main villain.
Yeah.
And he did magic shit.
Cool.
And that's cool. That's a very interesting way to do it.
He doesn't get enough praise because I actually really do like Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah.
Mysterio.
That might be interesting actually. If it's like, but then it's also
because what if it? Because thinking about Spider-Man's villains in these movies, I think this movie's going to make a commentary on how everybody's died. You know. Which is going to be ironic when they have Sandman and Lizard in there when they didn't die. But it's like they're trying to make a thing about the other Spider-Mans killed their villains, right? You know, it's going to be a thing. Mysterio is a villain that died against Spider-Man. So maybe that could be a thing where it's like this is a way to it's Mysterio being like, you fucking killed me. You killed me. You're, you know, that could be interesting, you know?
Yeah.
It could work.
It seems like the point. I want them to lean more into the idea that Peter feels guilty over the fact that his version of himself killed these villains.
I want him to feel guilty over Mysterio dying. I don't give a fuck about his other versions of himself. That's weird to me. To have guilt based on somebody else about it.
Everyone in the fucking world is telling him to feel guilty.
I think that would be the thing that makes the most sense if it is surprise reveal.
Did you see the MIT clip? Did you see the MIT clip?
I don't see any. You know, I don't see any clips, Mithi.
He wants to move to Boston and get away.
Spider-Man in Boston. Get the fuck away from. He's gonna change his name to Ben Riley and go under witness protection.
No, they're gonna. Imagine
that's gonna happen, and I'm gonna clip that, and then I'm gonna put the fucking Curb song in front of it. That's the plan. That's my new goal.
Imagine if this movie turns into the episode of Ultimate Spider-Man where Spider-Man goes to Boston and there's like a kid. Do you ever watch that episode of Ultimate Spider-Man? It's such a stupid episode, but it was great. Where he goes to Boston and everyone's like, "Hey, Spider-Man!
Hey,
we love you, Spider-Man!
Fuck you!
The kid in city, Spider-Man!" It's like they all call him Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
That's pretty
with the AH, and that's the name of the episode. Is like Spider-Man.
That's pretty funny.
It's just a fun little stupid episode, and I'd like that to be knowing.
Yeah, but like I think Mysterio makes the most sense. I want it to be Matt Gargan because I want him back. It's probably not gonna be. It'd be really nice if it was.
It'd be weird because like there's Lizard already, and then there's Scorpion, and they're basically like, I don't want to say the same, but like big creature with a tail. You know, like visually, it's like
that's like saying Doc Ock and Spider-Man are the same. They both have 8 legs.
No, I see I see what you're coming from though.
I get it. I mean, like green thing with tail from afar. I guess you could mix them up and stuff.
They fight the same, I guess. You know,
the Scorpion doesn't have to be green. He can be red, you know, or orange.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, it's such a shame, and maybe they're just building up to the real Sinister Six, because maybe this will just have 5 villains and be.
That's so stupid. That is so fucking stupid. Because
the fact that if it only has 5 villains, that makes the real Sinister Six look far less threatening in comparison. Because it's like, okay, it's just one more guy.
These are the big kahunas. These are the Doc Ock.
Yeah, because it's like a Sinister Six with like the nobodies versus a Sinister 5 with the really big guys.
The Felonious Five.
Yeah, the Felonious Five.
Maybe the point is that eventually Toby and Andrew will fight these guys and then he'll save them. But then the next one, Toby and Andrew won't be there. But that's like
maybe
it's running into the same shit where you're just repeating the same plot points.
It's just
that you already
it's
did.
like I'm tired. I want this movie to exist on its own and on its own merits. You know, I don't want this to be like my thing with these movies and my thing with Homecoming and my thing with Far From Home. It was a lot of fucking things. But like my real thing with the character of Spider-Man was everybody was saying, he's not Spider-Man yet. We got to get to his arc. He's got to earn it yet. You know, so any criticism I had was effectively quote unquote invalid to them because the arc wasn't finished. I want the arc to be fucking finished now. I want this. I want it done. I am tired of waiting. It's been 6 fucking years. You know,
would you be fine? But here's the big question: would you be fine if they kind of ham-fist it? Because that's my concern. Is that they're gonna kind of with the Doctor Strange shit, they're gonna ham-fist it at the end. That's my concern.
That's true.
It's like you can do that and everyone will be happy at the end.
Yeah, they're gonna say with great power comes great responsibility, and it's not gonna feel earned. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I actually think that's a very likely case. Because I think I saw an interview with Kevin Feige saying that there's an iconic line in it or something.
Yeah,
the iconic line. What if the iconic line is "Pizza Time"? That'd be funny.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
These are like such surface level understandings of Spider-Man, and like I feel like I don't want to blame the writers because we haven't seen the fucking movie yet. Also, but I feel like there is a problem here where you're taking it at such a surface value, and that appeases a good amount of audiences because that's all they're coming into these movies for.
And 6 years ago, that would have been fine.
Well.
in 6 years ago, that surface level would have been fine. But now that you've like shown that you kind of need to really prove yourself, at least in my opinion, like a surface level thing, just a passing mention of Ben wouldn't really be enough.
These movies need to. The reason the Raimi movies age well is because they are written to age well. These characters are characters that at any point in this next like decade, you can look back on these characters and put them in like you can associate with these characters. And my big problem with these movies is like, I love Homecoming because it just hits this personal little thing for me, but I don't know if it's going to age as well over the course of the next decade.
And I think that might be the way that, not to shit on the MCU too much, but like the MCU makes movies, and this is not necessarily a bad thing. The MCU makes movies for today that are kind of content, you know? Like they are, they're pumping out shit really fast, and this has always been people's criticism.
For their individual face, so they can put a phase number on it.
It's like 100 fucking movies a year, you know, not always not 100, but like it's a ton of movies a year made really quickly with allegedly, you know, but usually not a lot of the same care that a lot of other movies are put into.
Yeah. Yep.
And so it's like, it by and large, when you're not able to put that care and that time into making something timeless and making something, you make something more content-ish, it doesn't age well, you know? Like my videos, and I think of it like, not to fucking make it about me and my videos. I think the rewrites are videos that age well, you know, and that's the whole point because there's time and care put into them versus like my fucking Sonic game pitch. Ironically, it aged pretty well, but like it wasn't meant to last forever. You know, it was meant to last the 2 weeks
like
that people will watch
Venom, you know, or something.
Yeah, the Venom 2 video is going to last like 2 weeks and then people will move on versus people will come back. And I think the Raimi trilogy is like an evergreen movie versus I think Far From Home. I think once this movie comes out, people are going to kind of be over Far From Home, personally, you know?
Yeah.
And my real concern is that they're going to do all of the surface, like what you're saying, all the surface level things that people like me and
Uncle
people
Ben?
like High Top have been wanting.
Yeah, no, it's me, Toby. It's not Toby. No, it's me, Peter.
Yeah.
Peter? Yeah. Wait, why are your webs so weird? Wait, you don't
but not even that. Not even just Spider-Verse stuff. But like they're gonna say with great power comes great responsibility. They're gonna mention Ben. They're gonna do these things, and then everybody will be like, "See, look, they did it," and just not show a true proper understanding.
You need to treat these, and that goes back to the thing of like blockbuster movies today versus blockbuster movies back then.
Yeah,
blockbuster movies back then were not treated as blockbuster movies. They were treated as just movies.
Yeah,
you write them with nuance. You let the writing flow, and then you add nuance to it to make sure it feels like a real thing.
I will say though, comparing this movie to a lot of other MCU movies coming out, like say fucking like Eternals or something, and like Eternals is fine. Yeah. So say like Black Widow or whatever. The themes in this movie have a lot more potential to be a really big part. You know, with the stuff that they've shown in the trailers about like Peter talking about his you know the stuff about living two lives and stuff. I think that's going to be a main theme of this movie, and I want that to be a main theme. I think the real issue, not to make it too much about the early 2000s blockbusters versus today blockbusters, the real issue is that so many modern blockbusters are trying so fucking hard to put 100 like so many themes, and there's not a clear single concise theme and not a clear message. You know, like Spider-Man 3, for all its problems, has a super clear message that every aspect of the movie, aside from Venom, is perfectly like existing to fulfill, you know?
Yeah.
Versus like Spider-Man Far From Home, what is the theme of Spider-Man Far From Home? Don't be like Tony Stark, I guess.
Yeah.
But then other parts of it conflict on that. Yeah. And that's really, and same with Homecoming. Homecoming's theme really should be care for the little guy, don't be an Avenger, fuck Tony Stark. Not funny, you know, whatever. That's kind of the theme that it feels like it's going that way, but then other aspects of it don't want to reach it. And so it's like not everything is pushing that single theme.
Because those things aren't the serious things. Those are the things that are the joke things. But then it's like, if you take it at a surface value as a joke, that's fine. But then when you think about it deeper,
when the jokes become unfunny when you've listened to them 100 times, it's just what's left, you know?
And that makes it less rewatchable. Yeah. And I think going back to revisiting these movies, I do think regardless, like if you're going to compare this to the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Far From Home wasn't The Last Jedi. No. You know, it didn't like leave a stamp that made us all go, wait, what the fuck? It was just, other than like the end credits scene,
especially because The Last Jedi is my opinion on it has changed since Rise of Skywalker, but Last Jedi is a good movie. It's a well-made movie.
And even if you don't like it, at least it did things.
People
it's
people really dislike The Last Jedi for the Luke stuff, and I dislike the Canto Bight stuff. I really don't like that arc.
Yeah.
But as a movie, it's got a very strong theme that it is. If you may not like the theme, you may not agree with it, but the movie pushes the theme very well.
And I hope this movie is kind of a Last Jedi almost.
Yeah,
Even if it does things I don't agree with,
I would be cool with that.
Because
if it's a movie, I'm down.
The Rise of Skywalker,
if it's content, I'm gonna be annoyed.
Yeah. But I do think regardless in this, because I have been thinking more about how these movies really are coming to the end of a trilogy now.
Yeah.
It's been not too long, but we are at the end of a trilogy.
What
now.
do you mean not too long? It's been 5 years.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of like the MCU.
When he showed up, I guess
5
years is a long fucking time.
For me, it is a long time.
It has been more time in real life than high school is in general. So if this is not the last high school movie, I'm gonna be very annoyed.
Yeah.
And
I do think that like revisiting this entire thing as a trilogy now, people are gonna revisit, I think, Homecoming, and even if No Way Home kind of sucks, people are gonna revisit No Way Home more than they revisited Far From Home.
I think so
just
too.
Because it is so much bigger of a movie. So at least it's got that going for it. And people always revisit Homecoming here and there just because it's a good movie.
Homecoming, good movie with like 3 things that just should be fixed,
Yeah. So I don't know. It's been weird thinking like over the past like week, I've been thinking more summatively about these movies, and I feel like there are strengths to them, but I think they're going to age better than like the Star Wars.
Yeah, I just hope. Imagine if this movie has another Tony Stark arc. Not that he's involved and the villains are involved. If the point of the movie is Peter having to realize he can't be like Tony Stark, that's too much. He did it 3 times in a row.
That's funny. That's genuinely fucking funny. Which I think at that point.
There is a chance that they might do it like that.
There is, and if that, I will be laughing.
I will be laughing as well.
I'm gonna have so much fun with my response video.
Yeah,
that's gonna be so much fun.
Response video.
And then I guess it's not a response video. It's just a
review.
I couldn't think of anything.
I made a response video to the movie.
I made a response video to the movie. I took the movie apart and then I stopped it at every individual scene, and then I criticized it, and then I put my thumbnail on as whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, like to sum up my thoughts, I actually do think that like from what we've seen, the Christian's got to head out. The chat is visible on the podcast. I hope you know that.
Okay.
But so okay, Christian got to head out. We should probably wrap up anyway.
We should. Yeah. Did you have questions, or I think that's
we can do it. We can do it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
But to sum up my thoughts, I think there's potential for there to be a clear, concise theme that I'm really into. I have lost faith in these creators to properly do that though. So the rewrite will be very good then, if that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, we got Spider-Man in Fortnite.
We got Spider-Man in Fortnite. Spider-Man fans are eating right now. They're having a feast.
Fuck, I gotta put that in my clout tweets. Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Christian, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, any final thoughts?
No thoughts, head empty, excited for No Way Home.
No thoughts home.
No thoughts home.
No thoughts home.
Every time now someone says no way, I'm just gonna always respond.
Such a great joke. Such a funny joke.
I really hope they drop the home thing. I hope
so fucking too.
Jesus Christ.
I remember watching Homecoming and I'm like, okay, the name makes sense. And they did Far From Home and I'm like, oh, that's going to be a thing now, isn't
I
it?
thought they were going to go with school stuff. And then like, oh, no, it's home. Oh, that limits you pretty substantially.
They should have called this Spider-Man Graduation.
Spider-Man Field Trip, Spider-Man Graduation. Perfect.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Spring Break, That'd be killer.
What's that fucking Spring Break movie?
Spring Breakers. Spring Break. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us on this episode of Fanboy Talk. This was a shorter one. I have to pee really bad. This is Troy Boy 17 coming at you live. Thanks to Mithi and thanks to Christian for joining us. You guys got shit coming out soon? You want to plug?
I have a Spider-Man video out right now, and Disarmed is coming soon. Don't pay attention to my Raw Thoughts video. That will get views on itself.
It'll be good.
Just watch my
Go watch it
when it comes out. Yeah. And be safe when you go watch
Spider-Man
this movie,
video. Another Spider-Man video. Oh, it's these fucking Spider-Man videos. I've also got I got No Way Home review coming Friday, and then we'll do the spoiler talk. We'll see when we want to do that. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
we will be creating content.
So much Spider-Man content, and then Spider-Man 3.
And then we'll be done.
Commentary
and then
probably
we'll be
next
done,
week.
and we will never make a Spider-Man video
again.
Don't like him.
Yep. Christian, what do you got?
Yep.
You got your video.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's pointing to it. That's all you need.
It didn't show up because of Zoom. Talk more so that it shows
showed
up
for me because I'm in gallery view, baby.
There you go. I'm talking because I know my
right.
video is coming out soon, and I'm excited for it. And that's I'm making a really good edit. I'm working on something right now.
You're making too good of an edit for a movie you haven't seen yet.
Let me scrub through. It's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Hang on,
we can see it. Yeah.
Wait,
we can see
can
it.
I match that up?
Okay. All right. He's been editing this the whole time.
I've been editing this the whole time.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you guys around. See you next week.
Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you do, holiday. Drink Starbucks coffee. Or don't.
Take care. Merry Christmas.